What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take the Retro Fox down the road. We're going to drive it, and I'm going to give you my first impressions, if you will, of the heads that we put on here. So first off, let's go over the recent modifications that have been done to this car. Now, before we did anything to it, this car was pretty much bone stock except for a B cam and exhaust. That's all it had. No other performance modifications at all. Now we have the 170cc aluminum SVE heads. Now those are no longer available. That's something that we originally had on the Calypso. It has the B cam in it, has 1.6 trick flow roller rockers on it, and a SVE 75mm throttle body. So that's it, guys, nothing else. As you can see, this car still looks pretty much bone stock. Does have the aftermarket throttle body on it, you guys can see that. And I did go ahead and get our nipple so that we can put this on. If you guys saw in the last video, I just had a bolt in there, and these lines are still capped off for right now, but what we're going to do is just get a longer hose and just jump it from there back around. So we're just going to connect it that way. Now, as you can see, this car has an EGR delete plate. So this little thin plate gets rid of your big EGR plate. I had a few guys comment on the fact of, well, ask the question for one thing, you know, why did you do that? I personally just don't like the fact that water goes through those EGR plates. I mean, I don't think it helps a whole lot, but whatever, we got rid of it. The only thing that you need to know about if you do that is you're going to lose your cruise. So your cruise is going to have to be disconnected and just put off to the side because there's no room for it in there with that little thin plate. Anyway, enough talking. I know you guys aren't here for all that. I just want to get you up to speed on this car, and it does have 273 gears in it. So that is it. Other than that, guys, bone stock car. It's just got shorty headers. Goes into the Jones mufflers with a stock H pipe that's just had the cats cut out of it. All right, so this car is a 306 that he built some years back. As you can see, Cobra intake, supercharger, F cam, 1.6 roller rockers. These are the Windsor Senior heads on this car. Has a Mac Pro chamber, all 3-inch exhaust into 3-inch Flowmasters. Now this thing sounds extremely good. It sounds really deep, also real open and airish. Just because of the 3-inch exhaust. Now, this car is the epitome of how a Fox body should sound, in my opinion. This thing sounds awesome. What I'm going to do is start this up, let you guys hear the difference between his car and my car. Now, that's a B cam, like I said. That's an F cam, 2.25-inch exhaust into 2.5 in the back, all 3-inch. So I'm going to let you guys hear the difference between these mufflers. So we're going to test all that. Then we're going to go down the road. We're going to drive this car, and we're going to see how much it picked up with these new heads. To be honest with you guys, I think you're going to be surprised. All right, well, there you go. That's the difference between a B cam and an F cam. Honestly, guys, not that much of a difference. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, we are going to take the car down the road. We're going to drive this thing, and we're going to do a draggy time on it. Draggy is basically a little GPS module you throw in your car, and it has an app, and it'll tell you your quarter-mile time, your 1/8 mile, your 60 foot, your 0 to 60, all that stuff. We did that previously with the car, pretty much bone stock, just with the B cam. So now we're going to test it out with the heads and the new exhaust and the throttle body. That's right, and the throttle body. See you guys in a minute. All right, here we go. it might be. Let's try it one more time. There we go, guys. We got ourselves some numbers. We're gonna go back home and look everything over. Needs some suspension. All it's got some drag radials, but overall, I'm pretty impressed, honestly. Anyway, let's get back home and we'll talk about it. All right, guys, we're back. But before we go over the numbers, I just real quick want to talk to you guys about expectations whenever you put a set of heads, a cam, or something like that in pretty much one of these bone stock cars. What can you expect out of it? You know, can you expect to go throw a set of AFR 185s on one of these cars and go out there and just start outrunning people left and right? You know, gain 100 horsepower, even 80 horsepower? No. Guys, let's be realistic, okay? On a stock car, if you throw a set of heads on it, now heads are gonna vary, obviously. Don't look for any huge gain, right? You have to think about it this way. Heads go along great with intakes, throttle bodies, gears, headers, bigger injectors, all of this type stuff, right? That's truly what a heads cam intake setup is. It's all the supporting mods that go along with it. So to just throw a set of heads on a car like this and expect to just see huge gains, no, you're not gonna see it. Plus, that intake is choking down those heads as well. We do have a bigger throttle body, but it's not getting anywhere, right? It's not going anywhere. It's stopping when it gets into the intake. So guys, don't expect huge gains. I don't care if you go throw a set of 11R heads like we have on the Calypso on this car with stock bottom end and a B cam. You got to have all the other supporting mods. So all right, so let's go over this. I'll throw it up on the screen for you guys as I look at it here. So the best number that we ran before was a 1476. I'll put that up on the screen for you guys right here. And today we ran a 1410 at 101 mile an hour. And then we back got up with the last run, which was spinning pretty bad, with a 1382 at 103 mile an hour. So on our last run, that was a 236.60 foot, and 8th mile time was a 904. So Andrew, what? Did you hear what we ran? What you think it ran?
I don't know how bad did it spin.
It spun about half a car length.
880s, 890s.
See, it's killing me. No, Andrew, it didn't run that good.
Oh. 1080s.
No, not that bad. We ran a 1382. Translates over in the 8th mile to a 904. Now, guys, that was spinning, and this car's got 273s. Now, I'll say this: if this car had 373s and we could get it to hook, I mean, it'd be, oh my God, world of difference. Anyway, that's my point. This car runs good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a bad combination of things. We got heads, we got a cam, we got a big throttle body, and we got a stock intake, and we got 273 gears, and our rear end does not want to work like it's supposed to. So with all those things, this is the type of stuff you can expect out of these cars, right? Unless you go out and you buy everything together, these are the type results that you can kind of look for. So out of all the things that we did, my favorite still yet is the heads. And the reason why is because, well, we picked up a good set of valve springs when we put those heads on. Those were the SVE heads. And look, guys, the stock valve springs with a B cam, it will work. It'll work almost every single time, but you're going to lose a lot of that hard hitting sound that you get, that crispness out of your camshaft if you're running stock valve springs. It's best just to go ahead and put some more on there. Like, I think Anderson has some high lift or high rev springs. They're pretty cheap, like 150 bucks or something like that, 170. You can put those on your car while everything's still there. Just get your valve covers off, pump the cylinders up, and you can swap those things out. Maybe one day we'll do a video on that. But that's probably one of my favorite things yet, is the sound difference that it makes. And it'll also help you on up in the RPMs as well. All right, guys, I know that's probably not the results you were necessarily looking for, but that's fine. There's always room for improvement. If we can get the car to hook and get some gears in it, we're going to drop that time drastically. I would probably say by at least another 5/10. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching.